the WhatsApp group. Okay, I can see many joining already. So let's take about 1 to 2 minutes. Let everyone join first. This group, later, if Pavi wants to share the recorded version or URL or the next class also, we can share it here. Okay, but I'll be emailing the notes to all of you. Email is a standard process. I'll email to all of you. Bijak sini, saya kenal Dr. Tawa from TikTok, FYP. Yeah, be active on TikTok as well nowadays. Okay, good to know. Good to know. So whoever haven't joined WhatsApp group yet, you feel free to join lah. Okay, feel free to join. Okay, so while you're joining, for those, okay, tak apalah, we just give 1 minute, let everyone join first lah. I can see many still joining, so let everyone join first. 1 more minute to all of you. And for those who are in WhatsApp group already, who doesn't know about the class, so let me just forward again as well to the same group. Many are still joining. Bijak sini, I hope the videos that I do on TikTok is useful for you. Okay, I hope you're learning a lot from there also. We are sharing a lot of important resources on TikTok, a lot. And then we will also co-share it on Facebook also lah. So you might be able to see it on Facebook also. To my surprise, people are still joining our WhatsApp group, so let them join first. Okay, so I think I have stopped. So for those who don't know that we have a lot of Facebook live classes, okay, on thesis, proposal, publication, journal, Viva, proposal defense, you know, all these kind of things. For those who don't know that we actually have it, you can go to my Facebook page. This is my Facebook page. Okay, this is the link to my Facebook page. Once you join here, you can see a lot of things that we share on daily basis. Okay, and also all my Facebook classes can be found here. If you go to videos, like this one is the most popular class I did last week. Okay, I did last week. And then you can also find most of the playlists here, right here. Okay, so like this month, I'm doing everything on chapter 1, introduction writing, background writing, problem statement writing, and so on. So you can watch all the classes from here. How to publish in high impact journal, how to structure complete thesis, and so on and so forth. So all of these classes are there. It's just for you to go and watch whenever you have free time, like if you want to watch and learn. Okay, so you can watch it from here. So that is that. No problems, I mean, no worries at all. And then a lot of free templates. Okay, I'm trying to find time to create 2 more templates. Introduction template, background template is in progress. I mean, chapter 1 introduction, chapter 1 background. I'm still trying to create. Soon I'll be releasing it. But these are all the current existing templates in our Telegram group. You can download all these in our Telegram group. WhatsApp group is for notification because not everyone opens Telegram group all the time. You may ask, why don't you share all the files like a WhatsApp group? Just have one group only lah. I don't mind, but WhatsApp group doesn't work that way because WhatsApp group, the moment I share file, after 7 days, it will expire. You cannot download. But these files that I have in Telegram group, all these literature summary template, critical literature review template, I use this in class number 1 for those who did not attend the classes. This one was used in class number 1. This one in class number 2. This one in class number 2 as well. This is class number 1. Today we're going to use this in today's class number 3. In my Facebook live class, if you want to go and watch, I use this template already. Problem statement. And not only that, we also have few more other templates as well. I'll try to release new ones today lah, if I find time. So how do you download all this? Very simple. Go to this link, link 3. I'll share with you guys. Okay. I'll share the link already. So if you click that link, link 3, you'll basically arrive here. Okay, so you can see all the completed classes. You can watch the replay if you want to. And this is the upcoming one lah. So far scheduled for 30th August. If there are any changes, we will let you know. Okay, so far scheduled for 30th August. Next problem statement, series number 2. Okay, class number 2. And then you can join TikTok channel, Facebook group, Telegram group is here. And all the free video classes also are here. You can download it, you can watch it from here. So if you click this Telegram group, you can join directly here. Okay, we have over 14,000 members. This button here. Okay, so if you click that button over there, the Telegram group is coming. Okay, so here, Benedict had shared already. Thank you very much, Benedict. Pin that. So here you can click the search button and you can type template. When you type template, you can see all my templates over here. So let me just tag for you guys. For those who don't know, template UPM. Excuse me. Okay, so these are all the templates for UPM. Not templates for everyone around UPM. So you can download it from here. And there are a lot of resources here. Like you have to search, click the search button and search. Example, you want to have notes on problem statement. I just type problem statement. Sorry, problem statement. And then you can find all the notes related to problem statement. There are tons of it. Okay, this is a common problem. Problem statement is a common problem. Okay. Anyone having trouble to join? Okay, so if everyone can join already, then we can skip this already. We are done. So let me close this. Okay, so today we are going to look at number 1, why systematic review and where to publish them. Okay, so that's the first thing we want to look at, because why are we focusing on this? Okay, firstly, the synergy, the motivation behind today's class. Okay, Manir is the link right above there, link 3. Just click that link and you'll be able to find. Okay, so why systematic review? Why review papers? Why do we need this? Okay, first you have to understand publication takes time. Okay, anyone who says that publication can be done in 1 week or 24 hours or 2 days acceptance and so on, I can guarantee all of those are scam. Okay, whether you believe me or not, all of those will become scam. Eventually it will be scam. Either those journals will be kicked out from Scopus or Web of Science, or those journals don't even exist. Okay, it might look very similar to the actual existing journal, but they're not the same. Okay, they will create fake website that looks the same, but they are not. Okay, so don't get excited with fast publication. One of the fast publication phenomena that took a big hit was MDPI. MDPI, Frontiers, all these, they publish very fast. I'm not telling they're bad journals; they are good journals, but they got very greedy and they published too fast, and eventually the quality dropped. And some of the journals got kicked out from Scopus or Map of Science and so on. Got some of it already kicked out. Okay, and some governments don't even recognize those journals anymore. Some universities don't recognize them anymore. So don't get excited with fast publications. Okay, I think I've done 2 important videos on that. Okay, on that topic itself. So if you go to my TikTok, you can see this one video here, techniques to avoid scam journals. This is second video, and the first video is this. Okay, these 2 videos explain how scam journals work. Okay, so in case if you're not following me on TikTok yet, this is the link to my TikTok. So I'm doing this kind of important videos on TikTok. All right. So what to do alternatively? I still need fast publication. So what can I do? That's a very good question. Start writing early. Because if you ask me, a typical journal in average can take anything from 6 months to 1.5 years to get it published in proper, legit, good journals. Even Scopus Q3, Q4 also. Doesn't matter what Q they are. Some of them are very good. Okay. And they take time to publish. Not because they're lazy, because publication process takes time. Editor has to send to reviewer, have to find the right reviewer have to accept, then reviewers have to review it properly, spend their time in a couple of weeks to review it properly, send it back to editor, first revision, do revision, come back, we have to do revision, come back, go back, come back, go back, it will take time. So scam journals, what they'll do, the moment you submit, they'll say, okay, all good to go, minor revision. Pay 1,000 USD and the paper published already. So you also pay that because you don't know. Many don't know. But this is the actual story. This is the actual phenomena happening out there. Some of you might already have suffered because of that, maybe. I don't know. But if you haven't, please don't get excited. Okay, so that's why today I'm going to teach you how to write a review paper so that you can write review paper right after you finish your proposal or finish your chapters 1 to 3. Okay, that means from chapters 1 to 3, after you finish waiting for proposal defense, you have at least 1.5 to 2 years before you finish your PhD. So that means you have ample of time to publish the paper. And sometimes for certain clients, we even consult 2 papers from their proposal, 1 concept paper, 1 systematic review paper. So that means they already fulfill their graduation requirement with their proposal itself, and they have ample of time to publish it. Okay, so they don't need to rush, don't need to get cheated, get scammed. So that is the strategy I'm going to teach you today. Okay, and this is what we do all the time. All right, so, and what are the types of review papers that you can write? Systematic review process, I'm going to teach you very quickly the whole processes. Not the whole lot, but very quickly. Okay, because systematic review workshop can be 2 to 3 days if you go to the full-scale comprehensive ones. But I'm going to teach you in few minutes. So I hope you understand that we cannot teach everything. And then the usage of AI for thesis and journals. Finally, when to write SLR papers. Okay. Okay. In case if you miss the first and second classes, okay, if you never attend the first and second classes that I did for UPM, I think Pavi already uploaded most of the videos on YouTube. You can go and watch on YouTube. And the first class, we focused on how to read a Web of Science Q1 paper for literature review, not using any AI tool, but very quickly be able to read it without using any AI tool. Okay, I've taught a technique here. And then we focus on critical literature review in class number 2. Okay, we have the recordings in our playlist on Facebook. And Pavi also has it on YouTube. So you can go and watch it if you want to. Okay. So what are the types of journal papers you can write? Okay, while you are writing your proposal or thesis and so on. Okay. So Zamin, sorry, just nak tanya slide akan dapat ke atau tidak. I will share. Okay, I'll share. So types of journal papers here, I would ask you to only let me close this. Okay, I'll only ask you to focus on 2 papers. One is original paper, okay, which means you need data. Okay, you need data, you need to collect data, you need to do analysis, then only you can write these papers. That means it will take time. You have to wait until you finish proposal defense, address all the comments, and then address all the comments, and then write your chapters 4 and 5. Then only you can start writing the journal paper. By that time, you're already like 2 or 3 months away from Viva. So after Viva, you can graduate already. So that is very short time for you to publish. So that's where students gets very desperate. They'll say, oh, I need to publish. I get this all the time. I need to publish in 1 month time. I need to publish in 3 months time. Let me tell you something. No one can tell you how fast you can publish. No one can tell you guarantee 1 month publication, guarantee 3 months publication. No such thing. Never happen. Okay. The moment that happens and you submit to that journal, be sure that the journal is going to get kicked out from Scopus. One incident happened. One client of ours, we consulted the paper. We taught him how to write everything. He wrote this year, March. Okay, March, I think. March or April. And then I told him publication will take time. He's doing PhD in Lincoln University. Okay, Lincoln University. So I told him publication will take time. He said, okay, now man, I'll do on my own. I got a contact. They say I can publish very fast. I told him, please don't. You'll get scammed. I say, no, it's okay. I need to. I'm very desperate now. I say, okay, go ahead. It's up to you. Okay, we are all adults, right? So it's up to you. It's your risk. So he submitted. I think somewhere mid of April or early May. Accepted by mid of May. Accepted. I think one week accepted the journal. Then the journal he paid. I think 950 USD. I think he paid. Everything he checked, he paid by, I think, end of June. He had to find money, right? 950 USD is very big money. So he had to find the money, then he paid. By June, second week, Scopus release latest kicked out journals, latest auditing report. The Scopus will do that almost every quarter. Okay, very fast they kick out journals. And this journal was kicked out. Okay, that means he already paid, the paper accepted, but before it published in Scopus, Scopus already kicked out the journal because Scopus will review all the time. What is the mode of them, these journals accepting paper? How fast they're accepting? Are they giving review or not? So that means, are they predatory journals or not? They just doing that for money or not? So of course, obviously, this journal within 1 week, if they accept, confirm Scopus, they will audit, they'll kick out. And they kicked out, and that 950 USD went completely waste. And that journal, the worst part, already published online in the journal website. So now if he scans turn it in, it's showing 97% because the journal is online. So he cannot use that journal to go and publish anywhere else also, and doesn't fulfill his requirement to publish also. So now he has to figure out to write a different paper. So this actually happens very frequently. So be careful. So what I do, I normally encourage students to write review papers so that you can write earlier and you have time to write and publish it. Era is even worse, Akila. Era, I think the predatory journals in Era are even more higher. I would say the most secure and good ones I would always suggest are either Scopus or Web of Science. Some people will say Myra. Myra mostly uses Scopus and Web of Science. Mostly they always they cross-refer to those databases, always, most of the time. You can see cross-reference papers. Okay? So with review papers in mind, let's look at why we have to do systematic review. Why we always encourage systematic review. Because let's talk a bit about systematic review. The origin, 1753 was used by James Lee, okay, very long ago. And then 1970 to 1980 received more attention on systematic review method. Originated in medical sciences. Why medical sciences? Systematic review, scoping review, concurrent review, integrative review, all these are widely used in medical sciences because medical sciences requires very, very, very detailed literature review, protocol-orientated literature review. Okay, that means now you do chapter 2 literature review, right? All of you do chapter 2 literature review. So you guys write literature review without following any process. So you just follow. You maybe look at a sample thesis, you see how they structure the literature review. I taught you in the previous class also how to structure literature review. So you just follow your title, you structure. Not wrong. But that is called cowboy style. Narrative review. No rules, no protocol, no standard to follow. So that is okay for thesis. Okay, but for publication, if you want to review paper, okay, that style we call it narrative review, narrative review. It is a story-centric review. There is no process to follow. Remember this, But systematic review has a very strong process to follow, a protocol to follow. So that is way more recognized by reviewers compared to narrative review. Okay, I hope you understand the explanation. If you don't understand, let me know. So that's why medical sciences use systematic review, scoping review, concurrent review, which have clear protocols to follow. Okay, why use systematic review? Clear and comprehensive over available literature, helps identify research gap, able to highlight methodological concerns for future work, able to gain critical skills by conducting SLR. Okay, these are the important points. Okay, these are all standard literature review, why and how lah. Okay, then next thing is how. You need to always first define explicit research question. Keep that in mind. Research question is very important. Do a search on Prospero, especially if you're doing medical, public health, and so on. Others feel not really. You can use Google Scholar. Why you do this? Because you want to find whether there is similar existing systematic review or not. If there's existing, don't do. Change your topic. Change your title. Okay. Adopt comprehensive, objective, and reproducible search strategy and follow Prisma process. Okay, follow Prisma process. Okay, next thing. How to find suitable systematic review journals. Okay, why you need to do that? Because not all journals, okay, remember these are not all journals will accept review papers. Not all. This is one example. Although I'm using MDPI, but I'm just showing you an example. If you zoom in here, types of publication they accept, they have clearly written, they will accept review papers. Excuse me. Okay, review papers. These provide concise and precise updates on the latest progress made in a given area of research. Systematic review should follow the Prisma guideline. Okay, so this journal clearly shows that you can write review paper for this. Okay, let's look at another example. This is a very good journal. Elsevier Journal of Business Research. I think the impact factor is 11.7, if I'm not mistaken. Very, very, very good journal. Huh? Okay, let's read this together. Journal of Business Research, Elsevier. Okay, we read the last line, or these two paragraphs. Theoretical and empirical advances in buyer behavior, finance, organizational theory. So these are all the topics. Marketing, risk and insurance, international business are evaluated on a regular basis. So they cover all these topics. Published for executives, researchers, and scholars alike. Okay. The journal aids the application of empirical research to practical situations and theoretical findings to the reality of this business, of the business world. So remember, they only take empirical research, they take practical situations, and they take theoretical findings. Okay. My question to all of you, okay, my question to all of you, will this journal accept review paper or not? Please take 1 minute, all of you. Answer this in the chat box. Will this journal accept review paper or not? I'll wait for all your answers. 1 minute. Okay. So, some said no, some said yes, some said not sure. Okay. All three answers are acceptable. No problem. If you're not sure, don't feel shy to say you're not sure. Okay. I encourage that. All right. Now we are not sure. Some said no, directly, no, cannot, which I don't blame them because it looks like that. Some said yes, maybe because they already know how to evaluate this, or they know generally how to go and find out. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to find out. It's very simple technique, actually. Oops, sorry. Where is it now? Here. Okay. Very simple. I'll go to Google Scholar. How many of you here never attend my class my last class? Never attend before my last class. Okay, chop, quick. Tell me who never attend my last class. Many did not attend. Okay, never mind. It's okay. Many did not attend. What you can do is you check with Pavi where you can watch the recorded class, because in the last class, I already teach how to use Google Scholar effectively. What you know as Google Scholar is different from how I use it. I've taught you very, very different techniques how to use Google Scholar. And now I'm going to use that technique as well. Okay, so we go to advanced search. So this is the burger button. We call this burger button. Click this, go to advanced search. We type systematic review. Okay, so you got so many columns. Find articles with all of the words, with the exact phrase, with at least one of the words, without the words, where my words occur. Okay, so all of this. Written articles authored by, written articles published in. So systematic review. We look at where my words occur, anywhere in the article. And written articles authored by, no. Written articles published in, yes. So we go for Journal of Business Research. Okay. And we hit search button. Okay. From here, you can see since 2020, we take the most recent one. Journal of Business Research, Elsevier, a systematic review, a systematic review, a systematic review, a systematic review, review, conceptual understanding framework, systematic review. So now you guys tell me, can it accept or not? Will it accept or not? So you can see, this is the same journal. Yes, absolutely. So that's how you find out very quickly. Let's say you're in doubt, you don't know whether this journal accepts or not. It doesn't tell you clearly also. So then you go search quickly. You go search quickly and then you see, oh, okay, it will accept. Seems like you have done already. So let's say you submit and then they reject, they say out of scope. Then you can argue with them. Say, look at all this, my Google Scholar search. It has clearly resulted in systematic review. I can write systematic review for this journal. So why did you reject? You can ask the editor, respectfully, of course. Okay, you can ask them. You can email and ask them. All right. So that's how you do it. So first part done. Now, fast publishing. For those who want to publish very fast, how much to pay? Okay, how much will it cost you? Okay, fast publishing. Of course, now I don't encourage you to go for MDPI anymore. I don't. For all the journals that we coach at least, I think 5 to 6 journals a week easily. None of them we will tune them for MDPI. Okay, we don't, because I don't think it's in a very good place now. So if you are already writing for MDPI, I would encourage you to look elsewhere. Okay, look elsewhere. Example, IEEE Access. IEEE Access is a good option. They will rapid peer review in only 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, but there is a downside to that. There is a downside to that. When you submit to a journal, you will get 3 decisions. Okay, 3 decisions. You'll either get reject. Okay, remember, listen to this very carefully. You'll get either reject, or you'll get major revision, or you get minor revision. Okay, so again, you'll either get reject, major, or minor. Okay, so before we go through the Zamzarina, what is the difference between Google Scholar and Cite AI? Okay, Cite AI is a paid app with very limited access to a lot of journals. Okay, so it's a good app. I have to be honest. Okay, Dr. Raymond is selling it, and Dr. Raymond doesn't. I normally, whichever Dr. Raymond sells, the one that I agree, I will normally share with students. Cite AI is one of them, and Lead Map is another one. But Lead Map is good. Okay, genuinely, I would agree with Lead Map. But Lead Map, whatever Lead Map do, you can still do it for free. Yeah, if you know how to do, you can do it for free. Cite AI, whatever it does, you can also do it for free. You can just use Google Scholar. Google Scholar has connection and access to 170 million articles. Okay, that means most likely you won't miss out any articles. But Cite AI don't have access to IEEE, don't have access to Elsevier, don't have access to Taylor and Francis, don't have access to Wiley. It has access to Emerald. One of the good journals I know that it has access is only Emerald. The rest all normal journal only. So what happens if that takes place? That means you don't get to read or summarize journals from IEEE. Okay, journals from Elsevier, journals from Taylor and Francis. Okay, that means what? That means you don't read the best journals in the world, which probably would have had very good literature review for your subject area, but you're rather reading very weak articles because Cite AI's limitation. So if you guys want to take the risk for that, then it's okay. You guys can go and buy. But if you ask me, I would say Google Scholar, Web of Science, database, and Scopus database. More than enough. Okay? You don't need an app to read a paper for you because you don't know whether the flow is reading everything for you correctly or not. Whether the flow is doing justice or not, you don't know. Okay, you're merely believing a bot which doesn't understand what you want, doesn't understand what exactly has to give you. It just assumes based on its artificial intelligence and gives you and gives you the outcome. Okay. So if you're okay with that, you can proceed. Okay. But if you ask me, I won't use it. And I'm not using it. I have premium license. Okay. Raymond gives me premium license because he wants me to evaluate. Because in my classes, he wants me to explain about it, and he wants me to explain to him also whether side AI is okay or not. I already told him the limitations. Okay. And that's why I don't sell the software. Okay. But lead map is okay. Okay, lead map is quite comprehensive. We call that lead map, literature mapping, lead map. Lead map. But whatever lead map is doing for you, you can do it for free on Google Scholar. You can, if you know how to do it, you can. I've also shared about that in my TikTok video. As a matter of fact, I've done that. I've done another review of an AI app. This video here, where here, there, this one. See people selling AI tool, a 40 million peer review article only. So I compared that with Google Scholar. Google Scholar got 170 million and can do more than what that app can do. This that we don't know. People don't teach us. So I teach you free stuff. Don't waste your money. Okay? All right. So coming back to this. So journal status usually have 3 status quo you'll get. Reject, major, minor. What is that? Reject outright. Don't resubmit, don't ever come back. Major revision, that means you got a lot to change. Reviewers will give you a lot of comments to change. Or you get minor revision. That means your paper is very well written. They just give you minor changes. See, this is what commonly you get with normal journals, okay? Normal free journals. But when you go to IEEE Access, PLOS One, the fast reviewing journals, they don't give you major. Okay, that means let's say you're a new writer, you're just writing for the first time, and then you want to submit to IEEE Access, you can either get minor or reject. That means let's say you still learning how to write, most likely you will get reject. That means you wait 4 to 6 weeks, you get reject, which is waste of time. Okay, but unless you already write properly, well structured already, then maybe you'll get minor correction, but you'll get it within 4 to 6 weeks. But in other journals, which you might wait for, say, 8 weeks, or you wait for 7 weeks, or you wait for several months and so on, you may get major revision. Okay, because they will allow major revision. That is the only difference. And second problem is the price. To publish in open access, okay, that is very good lah, like IEEE Access, will cost you 1,850 USD. Okay, so unless you want to miss one of your holidays, you don't want to go for holiday, then you can consider this. Or your supervisor is rich enough to sponsor, and then okay lah. Then not bad lah. All right. Okay. So that part is clear. Any questions before we move forward? Any questions from any of you? Okay. So number 2, types of review papers. How many kind of review papers can you write? Okay. These are all the examples. How can terminologies confuse us? So blue color is narrative review. Remember cowboy? Narrative review is cowboy style. No protocol, no process, nothing to follow. It's totally up to you. Systematic review, systematic literature review is protocol based. More civilized society with rules and regulations. Okay, that is the difference. I say cowboy means no rules. You can shoot anyone, you can steal anyone's horse, no problem. But SLR, it's rules based, you must follow entirely. So red color, okay, is SLR. You must follow SLR protocol. So critical review, literature review, mixed studies review, overview, rapid review, state-of-the-art review, umbrella review. These are all narrative review based. Okay, what is it? Later when I share the slides with you guys can read further lah to understand. Why I'm giving all this table? Because you can choose what kind of review you want to write based on the study that you're conducting. Okay, next thing, SLR, all the red color, mapping review, systematic map, meta-analysis, qualitative systematic review, qualitative evidence synthesis. systematic review, systematic search and review, systematized review. Okay, these are all systematic review based. That means within systematic review itself, there are so many kinds you can write. So you can read what would be most suitable for you and you can decide. All right. So I empower you guys to decide, because most people don't know that so many review papers exist. Thematic review is one of it also. People do systematic review with thematic also. Some people do that. But that will fall under this. There, here you go. Qualitative systematic review, qualitative evidence synthesis. Thematic will come under, see, thematic analysis. Okay, so it will come under this. All right, so it's already there. All of those types are already there. Okay, so these are the kinds of, okay, then you have, sorry, I forgot to explain this one. Then you have one yellow color out of the norm. What is this? Okay, this is called this is called scoping review, which is yellow color. It's totally different from narrative review. It is similar, somewhat slightly similar to a systematic review, but it has its own strength and objectives. Okay, so but it will be used for different purposes. Scoping review. Later I'll explain to you guys. Okay. Now, sample review papers. Let's say now before you want to write, you want to know, okay, this is the kind of review paper I want to write, but I don't know how to start. I don't know what to have. I don't know what must I follow. Okay, here, sample review papers. I'm going to give you three types of review papers that we personally worked on, whether we consulted and coached, or whether we paraphrase and proofread, whether we go through complete coaching. It depends. Okay, it depends. Several factors. But one of my most favorite paper is this from Dr. Kashif. Okay, Total Quality Management 2021, Routledge, Taylor and Francis journal. That means very, very good journal. Last time it was 3.67, but I think now already increased. Now I think probably more than 4 or 5 already. Okay. So the topic is soft and hard TQM, Total Quality Management Practices, Future Research Agenda for Industry 4.0. So this is a social science sample. Okay. Social science sample. From here, what I want to show you is essential items for you to have. You must have publication years versus number of papers published in that area. That means number of papers versus years, to show a ascending chronology. That means it's increasing chronology, exponentially increasing, to show that it's a need to do review. You encourage, you tell your reviewers that this is a hot topic. You must focus on this topic. Okay, that is to show this. In the last 2 classes, I already teach you how to produce this from Web of Science or Scopus website itself. Scopus I did not teach. I think I taught only Web of Science. Okay, so that's how you can do it. Okay, next thing, you create your keywords, your search string. Data search, what database you use, Web of Science or Scopus, or use both. How your search string looks like. That is how the search string look like, and that is how the search string look like. For those who don't know search string, also please go back and watch my previous class. I already teach you how to use search string. So this is very important. Make sure that you guys join my WhatsApp group, because if you don't attend every classes, you will miss a lot of information. Then next class will be very hard for you to follow. See, now all the search string, everything I already teach you in the last class itself. So now very hard for me to repeat again. So very simple. For you to know how to produce search string, go and watch my previous recording. Okay. And for those still haven't joined WhatsApp group, here is the link to our WhatsApp group. Invite for dedicated for UPM. Okay, then excuse me. Next thing is you must have a proper protocol. What is this protocol? Okay, before I go through protocol, let me answer the questions first. Suraju, please, which review is more suitable for language, especially related literature topics? No one will be able to answer that to you. Okay, because you must know what kind of topics you're working on, what kind of things you can review, what previous literature are reviewing, okay, in terms of review, what kind of review they are writing. Based on that, only you can figure out what you can write. That's what normally we will do. We will always, when a topic comes to us, we'll go and do literature search to look at what kind of review they're doing, and then we will see how to relate that to your topic, and then from there, we will try to continue. Okay? A direct answer to that, no one can give. Okay, no one can give. Noor Afika, which type of review paper is suitable for engineering topics? Engineering topics we have done in the past, concept paper, definitely, systematic review concept paper, systematic review technology roadmap. That is another thing you can do. Definitely you can do. That means technologically writing review paper for engineering topics, right? Noor Shaira, what is the title of video to get that kind of publication? Yes. What is the title of video? I would like to watch that later. Nur Shaira, I think you boleh pergi ke SGS YouTube group. SGS YouTube, UPM, I think they have the classes uploaded there already. Okay. No, in WhatsApp don't have. WhatsApp, you have to remember, guys, all of you, WhatsApp, you cannot upload anything. Okay, because our WhatsApp will expire. Okay, you can try to upload a file. After 1 week, try to open it. You cannot open. It will expire. Okay. So we have put everything under YouTube. Okay, so later we can discuss with Pavi on how to find it. Okay, don't worry about it now. But for now, wrote this annotation. Please don't annotate on this one. All right. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, later we'll try to find the videos for you. Okay, don't worry. All right. So now protocol. Protocol are the processes you follow to do your systematic review process. Okay. So there are 4 things you can do in a 4 things you can do in a protocol. You can do identification, screening, eligibility included. Okay. That means under identification, when you do literature search, not with Site AI, please don't use Site AI for this, because Site AI don't have access to all the journals or any AI tool also. Don't use. Use Google Scholar, Scopus, Web of Science, or PubMed if you're medical, or any other searching databases that is related to your area. Okay, please don't use AI tool for this. Identification is identifying the right amount of papers that are available in literature databases. In this case, 1211 plus 125. And then after screening, excuse me, sorry. Okay. And then after screening, excuse me, sorry. So after screening, we remove all the duplicates. After we remove, we screen again. Okay. And then we remove further. So records after duplicates removed. That means when you download the same paper from Scopus, from Web of Science, from Google Scholar, can be many databases, right? So when you put everything into EndNote, Mendeley, and so on, it will remove the duplication for you. So you don't need to worry. So this one will be done by your citation software. Okay, then after you have gotten a final number, then you screen. How to screen? I'll tell you later. Okay, what you need to screen. And then you exclude the one that is not relevant to you. How do you decide what is not relevant? By defining inclusion-exclusion criteria. Okay, later I'll teach you how to do that also. Then next thing, you again access the full article, and then you remove further. And finally, you decide how many you are going to synthesize and how many you're going to read. See, I always get this requirement from students. They'll say, Doctor, my supervisor said I need 100 papers. My supervisor, I need 200 papers. That means your supervisor doesn't know how systematic review works. As simple as that. Okay, I can be honest about that. That means they have never written a systematic review on their own. No one can tell you that you must have 100 papers because systematic review doesn't work that way. When you download 1,000 papers, you might only end up using 40 papers. Why? Because of your inclusion-exclusion criteria. Because of the type of papers they have published so far. Maybe those papers were not relevant at all to your research, although might sound similar. Okay, so my last year I wrote a paper, Scopus Q1. Scopus Q1, scoping review paper. Something like systematic review also. I only wrote the paper by reviewing 28 papers only. 28 literature only, okay? Only that required. Because you must be able to explain all this. Then the reviewer will understand why you got so little. Okay? Excuse me. So Zamin, Google Scholar Scopus, Web of Science, okay, done. Norati, how to determine my search string is right or adequate? Oh, that one by experiment. No one can tell you this is right, this is wrong. Okay, they only tell you by experience. Okay, they only tell you by experience. You want to add more keywords, you can add, as long as it is related to your research. You want to remove more keywords, you can remove, as long as it doesn't relate to your research. So you can decide based on your research. And how to decide, another method is by looking at the prior research. Okay, prior research in your area. See how they build the search string, like this. Okay, like if you open Kashif paper, you can see how they build the search string. What keywords they use, if let's say this is relevant to you. So look at that. From the keywords, you can decide, okay, maybe I need to change this. I need to include this. I need to remove this, and so on and so forth. Okay. Paradev, how we can find a free journal Scopus? How do we know about free journals in Scopus? That one you need to go one by one. No one has the direct answer also. Okay, you need to decide what journals are best by reading that you want to publish in, and then you have to go one by one to check. As far as I know, there is no direct method to find out. But I know Scopus journals that is free, but takes a long time to publish. But good journal is in the science. Okay. In the science, but it takes forever to publish. Sorry. In the science. In INDERSCIENCE. In the science. Okay. According to helpful, sir. Hadi, to be honest to you, any of the AI tools, I don't trust them when it comes to literature. Why? Because they don't have access to majority of the journals. They cannot access Web of Science. They cannot access Scopus. They cannot access most of the top journals. Okay, which means they cannot access most of the materials that I want. For me, like when I do research, even for you also. So therefore, I don't use any AI. I still go old school because I don't trust them yet. Okay, I haven't built the trust yet towards them, towards the AI tools lah. But certain tools you can use lah. Certain tools like lead map, I think not bad. I'm not selling any of those. I'm not selling. You can directly contact the buyers. Like Site AI is actually a very good tool. The algorithm is quite strong, but no access to majority of the journals. Okay, and the algorithm also, we don't know how far it can go. Okay. Okay, so who wants to do this protocol? Anyone wants to do this protocol when you write a systematic review? Don't worry. You go to my Telegram group. You type protocol. Okay, then you can download here. These are all the protocol. I've given you the flow diagram already. Okay, you can download the flow diagram already. Everything is already here, so you can change as how you want it. Okay. Okay, you can change as how you want it. There are 4 types. 4 types, and you can totally use it. No problem, no harm done. Okay, so SLR protocols. Okay, that's why my Telegram group is quite important, because I have a lot of resources there that I've shared before. Okay, so yeah, Hadi, me too, still using old conventional old school. Yes, because research ni kita tak buat, we are not doing bachelor's degree. Okay, that we can just use things from Wikipedia. Even bachelor's cannot lah, but they can get away with that lah. But PhD you cannot. Okay, you cannot use information from books, information from book chapters. Not enough for research. Lucy, I would say Site AI, lead map. Sorry, not Site AI, lead map. LITMAP. It'll give you all the mapping for literature review. Telegram group can, no problem. This is the link to all my links. Okay, all right, so that's that. Okay, from here we go to the next part now. For people who are in medical sciences. Okay, sorry, before I move forward. Even this also, you can find the sample paper in my Telegram group also. So if you go to Telegram, you search sample. Okay, sample, let's see, review paper samples. You can download all from here. Okay. Sample review papers. So you know how to write it. Okay. So for medical, this is another good sample. Also, one of the journal we worked on. Very, very proud. And this one is very good because we worked concurrently on 2 journals from a thesis. From the same thesis, 2 journals, and both also got accepted in the same journal at the same time. That means within few days apart. Okay, this is an Australian very strong journal, a dental journal from UITM. I mean, the authors are from UITM. SCIQ2, now I think the impact factor already increased. But this paper was very complex because it had meta-analysis. Okay, you can see the protocol is the same, but they have numbers. Because meta-analysis means you're doing quantitative analysis. Okay, you will be doing quantitative analysis. All right, next sample. This one also you can find in my Telegram group. Then engineering, just now someone asked me engineering again. This is from UTM, a paper that we worked on last year, Journal of Building Engineering. Okay, one minor revision only accepted. SCIQ1, impact factor 5.3, but I think now it's already impact factor 6 or 7 plus already. So review on maintenance issues toward building maintenance management best practices. This is a hardcore engineering, but they convert that into a review paper also. So they build the protocol and then they created conceptual framework to highlight their entire contributions. Okay, this is a good sample. Also, this paper I have shared in the Telegram group. Okay, remember for journals, you cannot get away without proofreading and paraphrasing, especially review paper. Grammarly alone won't be, Grammarly is a good tool, but won't be enough. I can guarantee you that. Okay, so this is one of the best examples. The journal submitted, okay, to Elsevier, rejected outright. Okay, rejected. They never did proofreading. They only did Grammarly proofreading only. They rejected outright. And one of the part of the comment was language lah. So they never changed anything in the content. They came back to us. We did full paraphrasing, proofreading, editing, structuring, full scale transformation on the language part. We did everything. We did very thorough one. Resubmit, one minor revision, accepted as it is after minor revision. Okay, that is the strength of very clear language communication. Okay, Baba. Lee, I already shared already. Manir, I think I've shared many times already Manir with you. Here is the link. Okay. I hope you can join this time, Manir. Baba, can we use directly from the Prisma structure you shared? No need to changes. You need to change. Some things you need to change. You need to look at your study and change according to your study. Manir, can you click the link, see if you can join or if you cannot join, let me know, please. Okay, you can click the link, let me know. Okay, so sample review papers done. Now we are going to systematic review processes. Okay, systematic review, there are actually many types. Okay, and systematic protocol pun many types. But the most well-known one, two types, okay, of review protocol, review types, systematic and scoping. Okay, what are the differences? Systematic review will always have a specific question. That's why systematic review you can only do, remember, you can only do after your proposal is loud and clear. That means RQ defined, RO defined ready, theory defined ready, solution defined ready, framework defined ready, system defined ready, depending on which area you're coming from. Method also clear ready. After all defined ready, then only use systematic review because you must have very specific, clear question. Subject specific known already. You know exactly what you need to do. Quantitative or qualitative also you know already. But if when it comes to scoping, it's still at very exploratory stage. That means you are at step 1, according to my theory, I call that step 1, 10 pages proposal. If you're at step 1 still exploring and you already explored, at that point in time, you can already write a scoping review paper because no specific topic required, addresses a broad topic, and provides an overview of the available research evidence without producing a summary. Okay, you have to understand one more thing. This one, you can only cite empirical journal. Sorry. The systematic review wholesomely can only be done for empirical journals. You cannot use review paper for review. You cannot use books, cannot use white papers, cannot use policies and so on. Tapi scoping review, you can put empirical, you can use review, you can use books, you can use empirical review, books, and then one more is, what else one more? Policies. Okay, all those you can use. They have loosened this up a bit because this is exploratory study. This is not exploration. This is further deep diving. Okay, to get the right problem, right approach, and so on. Okay, clear so far? Any questions? May Ling Tam, do we have to outsource our paper for proofreading for better language flow? We are the official proofreader for UPM. So the answer to that is yes. And no. Okay, I have to be fair. Okay, it's not about business all the time. And no. If your language, your IELTS, this is how I normally justify. If your IELTS, IELTS, if you've done it before, okay, if it is more than 8 individual category, there are 4 categories under IELTS. It is English language test, or international English language test. If you get 8 individual category, that means you're already native speaking. Okay, I get 8 and 8.5 individually. Okay, reading, writing, listening, all these things lah. And I don't need a proofreader. So that's how I normally evaluate. Okay, I give you a key figure. If you're already below 8, then yes, you need a proofreader. This is how I understand it. Akila Jafar, doctor, can you give examples, title, distinguish these 2 types of review papers? Normally, they'll mention in the title itself. Some will say scoping, some will say systematic review. You can know from that. And apart from that, very hard to identify. You can only identify when you look at the table, literature matrix, what journals they are including. Okay. Suraj, I believe scoping is good for my own review. Totally up to you. Whichever that is suitable for you guys can carry out. No problem. Okay. All right. Thank you for the questions. Nas, one of the parts systematic review I learned before was to explore different databases and sources in order not to miss any data from screening. Why just empirical journals while there are important contents in policy documents and so on? Nas, different databases means, okay, different databases means Scopus, Web of Science, Elsevier, Science Direct is Elsevier lah, and so on and so forth, the Google Scholar and so on. But if you look at systematic reviews, Prisma protocol, it is designed for clinical studies with quantitative data. That is the origin of systematic review. You can go and read history, what is made for. Okay, like example, if you ask me, can I drive Lamborghini at 10 km per hour? Yes, you can. Nothing will happen. Okay, but it is not designed for that. You are misusing the purpose. That is why they created scoping review. Okay, because let me repeat the question back to you. If systematic review can cover everything, then why do you think Prisma spent their time and created Prisma SCR protocol? Scoping review protocol. Okay, because the purpose of this is exploratory. The purpose of this is not exploratory. It's not exploring. It is further deep diving. This is exploration. Okay, systematic review. If you look at proper Prisma, I know people are still misusing it. People are still teaching it wrongly and misusing it. I can tell you that. Okay. By right, systematic review must, if you follow Prisma, must only go for quantitative or qualitative empirical papers. You cannot go for review papers, policies, and so on. Okay. And there can be a mix. Yeah, mix can. Systematic review mix can. It's very complex, but can. Okay. But mixed method review, I would always ask you to do scoping would be good. Systematic also can. Yeah, both of these also can. Okay. All right. So I hope that is clear. Now, when to write and what to write. Okay. How many of you here? Because if I can skip this, I'll skip lah. Okay. But I always ask this in the class. How many of you here have never seen this diagram before? Never. So many new students then. Are you guys all from latest batch join UPM? Just checking. I just want to know. Ah, no wonder. Now I understand why. Adi had seen it from previous one. So many never joined before because you guys are new. No problem. I totally understand. How many of you more haven't seen before? Okay. All right. Thank you, iPhone. I don't know what is your name, but yeah, thank you, iPhone. Just for the benefit of everyone lah. Okay, so for those who never joined before, okay, who don't know the diagram before this, let me quickly explain to you. Okay, so this is my 12 steps consulting framework for PhD, Masters, thesis, and publications. It covers everything lah. Okay, so you have a PhD or Master's proposal, PhD or Master's thesis. Got 2 different prospects. two different phases lah. Okay, this is phase 1, this is phase 2. So we cut right in the middle. Okay. So if you see here, I ask you to extract journal here. 2 journals production, conceptual systematic review. Okay, conceptual systematic review. So now, now we might be thinking, okay, so I can extract papers here. Okay, but before this, what should I do? Before this, very simple. You should have done your chapters 1 to 3 already. Okay, your chapters 1 to 3 proposal should be done already. Okay, so once you have done that, then you can easily think of extracting systematic review and conceptual review. Okay, systematic review and conceptual review. Systematic review, conceptual review here relates back to SLR and concept. Concept paper is not only for social, it can be done for any studies, actually, if you know how to develop conceptual framework. Not quantitative based, but to develop a conceptualization diagram of your solution. So SLR, you can focus on chapter 2. I'll go more on this later. Concept will focus on chapter 1 to 3. Right? Then you have empirical paper here. Okay, now, before we go through all that, just for the benefit of new joiners, first thing, always into your PhD masters for all the new intake students, write your 10 pages proposal first. Always. Don't forget that. Make sure you do that. Supervisor approved, then only write chapters 1 to 3. About 50 to 80 pages. Make sure you proofread. Okay, we provide language warranty and certificate all the time. Lifetime language warranty. Make sure you proofread before you extract into journals and before you go for proposal defense. Make sure you do that. Okay. So, because your language must be perfect before you start extraction process or before you go proposal defense. Then only you prepare for your proposal defense training lah, prepare PowerPoint slide lah, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let me rub this. Maybe a bit too early for you guys, all this lah. And then, after your correction, you'll go through data collection, write chapter 4 and 5, finish chapter 1 to 5 combined, you integrate all of them. Then you can write empirical papers here. See, my point is, if you write only, you don't write, let's say you don't write this. You only write empirical papers. And your Viva is here. Okay, this is your Viva. Okay. Right after this, you're going to proofread. Okay, you're going to go for Viva. Prepare for Viva, do slides, everything, finish your Viva, and finish your correction. This will happen only in several months will happen. In several months will happen, but your journal, you're only writing here. So this will take time to publish. This is where students get very desperate. So my advice always, write early. So that this one is considered bonus. If you can write more, you write. If you don't want to write, that is up to you. That is between you and your supervisor. Okay, but at least from my point of view, you have already fulfilled your requirements. And then finish your Viva correction and so on. Okay, so that's the whole step 1 to step 12. Okay, I don't want to go into too much detail because many have already seen it. But if you want to take a glance at this document or this diagram, you can go to our website, proofreadingbyphd.com. Okay, this is the website. You can see what we do here, all our services. And then if you go down further, this is the diagram that you can see, 12 steps consulting framework. So this is what we do. And every step we will consult and coach. And then if you have any query, you can ask the query here. Okay. So I'll leave that to you. This is the link to our website. Okay, so we'll skip all this. We go to the next one, methodologies. Okay, now coming to methodologies. What kind of methodologies can you use? Okay, actually, systematic review, don't have one type of methodology only. Normal one we always hear is Prisma. What is Prisma? Preferred reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analysis. First reported in 2009 by Mohe. When Mohe designed this, he never meant this for, he only meant this for clinical studies with empirical papers. That was the primary aim. Okay, that was the primary aim. Now, that is Prisma. Then you have RAMSES. RAMSES is another protocol, another process you can follow. You can read about it if you want to. Then you have ROSES. What is ROSES? ROSES, I think I'll give you a note today. I think I have a notes on ROSES also. ROSES is very good if you want to write Chapter 2 systematic review. But let me tell you something. This is very important. For those who are still writing, how many of you are still writing chapter 2? How many of you are going to write chapter 2 soon? How many of you still writing chapter 2? Chapter 2 means literature review. So going to write soon lah. Chapter 1, you next is chapter 2 lah. Okay. For those who are still writing or going to write, if you can, avoid writing systematic review method for chapter 2. Okay. Because if you ask me, is it worth? I wouldn't say so. Because it's too complicated. For a thesis, which is already complicated, systematic review will only further complicate your journey. Okay, this is my advice to all of you. But if you're required to write, you must write by your supervisor, then you follow. Then you don't argue. Okay, but from my experience, we have consulted a lot of systematic review chapter 2. For the time the student understands what we try to explain to them is very tough. Okay, and the lab chapter 2 is very long and very tough to write. Okay. All right. So, but if you want to write, this is the best protocol for thesis. Okay. Now, if you look at Prisma here, got 27 items. What it meant by 27 items? Okay. You see item number. So got 1 to 13F and then 14 to 27. That means you must fulfill every item here if you want a systematic review, which follows 100% Prisma. Okay. I can tell you, I can guarantee you, this is what I call nightmare. It's hell to follow 100% this. Because the title, they have requirement. Abstract, they have clear requirement. Introduction, they have told you how to write. Then objective, they told you how to write. Methods, they told you how to write. Must follow all this. Must do this. Must do this. You know, it's too much. Okay? Too hard to follow. Clinical sciences, if you ask me, you must more or less follow this. But if you're doing social science, engineering, physics, chemistry, now we are working on a review paper for organic chemistry, systematic review. First time, totally only 8 review papers available in the whole world. Only 8 papers published before in this area. So it's not easy. But yeah, can be done. But you don't need to follow all of this. Okay? You don't need to follow all of this and all of this because I've simplified it. I'll tell you. And this is latest reference for you. Okay, what is this? These are several changes made in 2020 for Prisma. 2009, macam improved version lah. Excuse me. They made some changes. Okay. These are those changes. Excuse me. These are those changes. You can go through if you want to later. Okay, that's why I put in the slide. You can read and understand. But having said that, I've already created class. I've already created class last year itself. I think it was last year to explain that. Systematic Literature Review and Prisma 2020. You can go and watch this if you want to. Okay. And there are actually a lot of classes, systematic review. Okay. And this, okay, this 27 steps, if you follow it 100%, that is how complicated your protocol can be. Okay, that is how complicated your protocol can be. This is one of the best examples I can show if you really want to do 100% comprehensively. But let's say I want to skip a few steps. I don't want to do this. I don't have this. I don't have that, and so on. So what I've done, I've simplified that into this. What is this? This is another template. Systematic literature review, writing in 12 simple steps. 12 simple steps. So what I've done here, step number 1, first you form research questions or problem. Very clear one, very clear one. Then step number 2, you do preliminary search to validate the idea to assure none had done it before. Why you need to do this? Because you have to understand, review paper is not a favorite type of publications. Okay, when you submit to a journal, you actually go through a lot of review process to publish it because it's very tough. Why? Because it's not an original paper, no original data. You are just looking at reading several papers and you're telling this is what's going to happen next. It's just review. It's important, but not original contribution. So for that, therefore, you need to make sure that no one had done something similar to you, or you will lose all credibility of the paper. So make sure you do a preliminary search first. And then step number 3, you set inclusion and exclusion criteria. How to set, I'll tell you. Then you design your search strategy, keywords used, Boolean operators, filters. All these I already teach in the last class. Okay, very detailed one, I thought this. Then step number 5, what databases exploit? This is to answer, I think someone said the question earlier. NAS, this is to answer NAS. So NAS, one of the requirement for databases, systematic review, is to mention the database exploit, whether Web of Science, Scopus, Google Scholar or whatnot, and then use Mendeley or EndNote to remove duplicates. You can also use Zotero if you want to. No harm done. It's totally up to you what you want to use. Okay, then number 6, write the protocol. What is protocol? This is not this. Wait. Okay, sorry, one moment. This is protocol. Okay, this is protocol. Okay, let's all take 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 2 minutes break. Please, all of you fill up the attendance form so I can send out notes later. Okay, Miss Haslinda already shared the attendance form link. Please, all of you fill up. Okay, all fill up ready, Okay, let's continue. Okay, next thing, protocol I already shared with you. You guys have the files now. And seek for ethical clearance if required, depending on your study. If you need to do, you do lah. Medical confirm need to do. Some humanity study you need to do. Engineering mostly, I don't think so lah. Okay. Chemical also depends what you're doing. Ethically, if you need to get clearance, you need to get clearance. Like the one we did for organic chemistry, they need to do ethical clearance because of the protocol they have to follow. Okay. Step number 7. Now you can start screening the title and abstract first. Okay, remember, when you start screening, you screen the title and abstract first. Why? Because you don't want to read the whole paper of everything. You don't need to. You only need to read the abstract title, remove based on your inclusion-exclusion criteria. You remove the ones that is not relevant. Remove first. Throw. Okay, then next step, you move to full text screening. Then you apply, that means after you remove, let's say, okay, example lah, let me make things easier. You got 100 papers here. Abstract title, you already screen, you remove 20 already, minus 20, you got 80 here. Okay, now this time you got 80. Now this 80, you will do full text screening to further reduce, to further throw. So 80 now, maybe you minus another 30. Based on full text screening, you see it's actually not relevant. I mean, abstract looked like relevant, but full text was not relevant. So now you only got remaining 50. From this 50, you manually search forward and backward snowballing. Okay, forward and backward snowballing. Oh, I think Ben has shared something very interesting. You can find free journals in Scopus by selecting open access. Then you can freely have access to the journals and download. Yeah, but the question, Ben, the question was how to find free journals. Okay, so if there's an option, then it will be good lah. Open access, I know there is option. Okay, open access you can find. Even you can go to open access database also. There's a database dedicated for open access. But in Scopus, is there a button for free journals? If there is, then that'll be good. Okay. So, step number 9, manual search by forward and backward snowballing. What it means? That means you have a journal. Okay, you already your 50 journals. You check the reference list of the 50 journals. You take out all the relevant ones. Okay, all the relevant ones, and you extract it. These are all relevant to me. And then you do forward snowballing, which means you go to Google Scholar, you search the title of the 50 papers, you see in the recent times, new papers, which one have cited this paper that you're reading. Take those papers also, and then you repeat this process. Okay, screen again, and then from there, do quality assessment. Quality assessment, what are the criteria? You have to look at literature. Okay, you can decide based on that. And from there, you start reviewing all the selected papers and extract similar and differential information. And step number 12, produce literature matrix, and based on outcome matrix, start writing paper and thesis. In the next class, I will talk about literature matrix, not in this class. Okay. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? I'm going to teach you how to do inclusion exclusion. Okay, in a while. How to define that, step number 3. Okay. So if there's no question, we can go to the next one. Okay, selection of databases, which is here, step number 5. Okay, databases explored. So we need to know how to decide on databases. Okay. So firstly, you need to read a lot of systematic review papers. You see what were the recognized databases in those papers, right? Next thing, always stick to databases that provides high impact research, like Web of Science. This is the main reason that I don't use Site AI or any AI app, because they don't have access to Web of Science, Scopus, and so on. Okay. Okay. So yeah, UPM don't have Web of Science. That means what you can do, you can talk to UTM, UKM, these are the closest to you, because you can access through their websites. Okay. Manir, here is the link. Please check it out and please use it. Okay. Then you can also decide database based on what your supervisor or co-author advises. Okay. So these are the 3 mechanisms you can use to decide on database. And this is how you explain. When you choose it already, how do you explain in the text? This is how you explain. Details of the databases are provided in table 1. Okay, we can forget all this first. These databases were chosen based on systematic review guidelines. That means whatever databases they use in this paper, they chosen based on systematic review guidelines from the Social Care Institute. Okay, from the Social Care Institute for Excellence. These are the reference to support. These are databases. Like I said, prior research already support that. And the experiences of other researchers. This one, all the citation from previous research, all of this. Okay, and also consultation with subject librarian, or can be co-authors, or can be your supervisor. Okay, so that's how you can explain. Just to show you how you can explain. All right. Okay, now coming to step number 3, inclusion exclusion criteria. Okay, so from this topic, example, educational impact of being a young carer for aged 16 to 24. So they want to see what would be the impact of education for a young carer who doesn't attend school. Okay, the ones that are between 16 and 24 years old, what happens to their future? They want to review that. So the inclusion is young carer age 16 to 24. Number 2, education. That is all, only 2 keywords. And excluded, foster care, children in care, looked after children, because these are all off topic, which might sound similar. Okay. How to define? Okay, now let's say you do this search, you only get 20 articles. Okay, and then after you do exclusion criteria, you already remove 10, you only got 10 left. And then you said, my supervisor said he didn't know. Not enough. What to do, doctor? Okay. That is where you need to play with sensitivity versus precision. Okay. They are inversely proportional. They're inversely proportional. That means high precision, low sensitivity. This is high precision. That means they want only exactly 2 keywords. Only exactly 2. They don't want anything else. Okay. So precision very high. Hence, the sensitivity will be very low. When I say sensitivity low means you'll get low amount of papers. Now, let's say you want to get more papers. So what do? You go to my Telegram group, go to my template, open this template. SLR inclusion template. Open this. From here, I just show you example. Okay. So these are all the keywords. Education, young, carer, age 16 to 24. So these 2 keywords become high precision, low sensitivity, so equals to less literature. Now, let's say you want more. So what you can do, remember, only change one, okay. Only change one variable at a time. That means I change my inclusion only. My exclusion stays the same. Okay, so you get consistent result. So if you see my exclusion the same, I never change, second trial, but I change my keywords. Inclusion keywords. So young carer, young carer. Education, education. I added tertiary education. I added survival of young carer. I added impact as young carer. I added young carer schooling. These are all coming from similar papers that I want to consider. So now the precision is low. Why? Because you might get totally irrelevant papers, totally. Because now your precision is very low, but high sensitivity. Because and for that, you may get more literature to be able to review. That's how you balance your inclusion, exclusion. Okay? All right? So that is step number 3 done. Now, once you download all the papers, what do? You summarize. This is what I taught you in class number 1. I think most of you missed out, ask Pavi later where to find the class. Okay, she will tell you on YouTube and so on. So this one, after you read a paper, see what I've done is very simple. I'm not against AI. Okay, I'm not against AI. I just don't trust it. So what I did, I created templates based on human intelligence to bridge you between AI, something that is in between, that makes your life easier. And at the same time, it is also precise. So what I do, I created templates whereby you read on your own and you can quickly fill up the information. So you know exactly how to summarize a paper very quickly with potential gap. Okay, this is a template also you can download from my Telegram group. So whenever you download, whenever you read, you summarize it. After summarize, you create literature matrix. This one also I've given for free in my Telegram group. Examples here. Work 23, help 45. It's already in my Telegram group. So please find it there. For those who still don't know how to find it, go to Dr. Tawa's Academia here. Click the search button. Okay, on mobile phone, it works similar to WhatsApp. Press the name above. Okay. And desktop is different. Desktop, we just search here. But for mobile phone, you have to press the name up there. So you'll get the search function. From there, just search template. And then you can see I already tagged for you guys here. I think I already even tagged for you guys. So it will be easier for you to find. So click that and you can download everything from here. Okay. All right. Okay. So now let's go to another important segment, AI for thesis and journals. Okay. So Lucy and Work 23 help. Is it clear? Okay. Thank you, Work 23. Sorry, I don't know your full name. And Lucy, did you manage? Anyone else having problem with their template? Okay, Firdaus, no problem, bro. Thank you. Lucy, yes, okay. Anyone else having problem? Please kindly let me know. Okay, very good. Okay. Now, before I start this section, okay, stay with me until then. This is a very, very important section because I've done a lot of investigation. I've done a lot of experiments, okay? Firstly, I need to declare I am not anti-AI, okay? You always have two different kind of people. You have conservative people, you have liberal people, and you have middle wing people, okay? Not only in politics, in the way that we think for certain element, okay? So when it comes to AI, I'm very conservative, okay? Because I don't like to take the risk. I don't know whether AI is correct or not. Okay, so I did a lot of experiment. And first of all, don't get offended. Okay, if you're using it already, you don't try to defend that you're using it. It's totally up to you. Whatever I'm revealing here is only the truth. Okay, I don't get any benefit from you using this. You might think that, oh, Dr. Tawa will get lesser students to coach. That's why he's talking about AI. Don't worry, because after you use this, you'll still take a U-turn and still you will do on your own, or you'll come and look for me. Either way, I'm just telling you, don't waste your time. That's all. There are good tools I'll encourage. There are tools that I'll tell, please don't use. Okay, because I spent enormous amount of time working on this, experimenting. Okay, so whatever I'm telling you today, take it positively. Don't take it negatively, right? So first problem with AI tool, first problem, okay, AI tools don't have access to majority of the databases here. Majority, okay, majority. That's the problem. Why that is a problem? Okay. Now let's say using site AI or any other AI like connected papers lah, Elicit lah, so many lah. Okay. Let's say they don't have access to Elsevier. Elsevier won't give you access that easily. Yeah, it won't give you. It's a $1 billion company. The FLA can design its own, the FLA's own AI. It doesn't need to give third party. IEEE also say. Taylor Francis also say. Wiley also say. When you don't have Elsevier, Taylor Francis, Wiley, IEEE, all these kind of journals in your thesis, you are in big problem, big trouble. Why? Because most of the best papers in every areas in the world are published in these journals. Okay, you may say, I don't care lah. I just read normal papers. What's going to happen? Okay, Dr. Tuaiba. Who's Dr. Tuaiba? Sohaib? Are you referring to someone in this chat or are you talking to me? Ah, okay, all right. Okay, sorry. All right. So, excuse me. So, what happens, okay, what happens if you don't have access? Say, it's okay lah. Never get the best, never mind lah. I just work with whatever I get. Doesn't matter. It makes my life easier. Can go on. But what will you do if you go for proposal defense and then the exam, you're telling, I do this is my problem statement. I'm creating the first framework for SME, the first chemical composition, the first this, first that, whatever lah. Okay, you go and defend a proposal. Then the examiner takes one Elsevier paper, okay, or IEEE paper. Happened before, huh? I've seen before. Elsevier paper, he said, he put on the table. Why you never refer to this journal? This journal is already doing what you're doing, or this journal is already, this journal already did half of what you did. Why you never refer to this journal? What are you going to do? Okay, you have to understand, huh? Every PhD examiners, okay, whether internal committee, proposal defense, or external committee during Viva, they all have PhD students, sometimes 15, 20. All the PhD students will update them of all the recent papers because they all will read, right? They'll read these students cite this, these students cite this, and so on. And when the examiner comes, normally they will be within the same topic as you are. So they'll have experience. So they also read, and their students also read, and the students will update them because they read the students' work, right? So they will know about papers. So let's say this is your unlucky day. The examiner takes out a paper that looks very similar to your solution, or half your solution already done, but you never read because you are using site AI, Elicit, connected papers, all these things, and you are not able to read papers from Elsevier because you don't use Google Scholar, you don't use Web of Science, you don't use Scopus, none of this. What are you going to do? Are you going to tell, never mind, give me another 6 more months, I'll go redesign everything, or give me another 1 year, I'll go and redo a new PhD proposal? Do you want to go through that? Do you think that won't happen? It will happen. It is happening already. People don't know. I know because I work with graduate school. I work with many students. I work with many supervisors. I see their comments, what they get. That's why I start creating this awareness. Okay, rather than you waste 6 months, 1 year, and then, destroy everything. And then for some people, it works out. For some people, it works out. Okay, maybe the exam is not so detailed, but it's whether you want to take the risk or not. It's totally up to you. Okay, for me, I would ask you why you want to waste money buying something while you can do everything for free. UPM got Scopus Access. Google Scholar is free. You can access all the journals through UPM. You just have to spend a bit of time to read the papers. And I've already give you 15 to 20 free templates for you to just use it so that you can quickly read the paper and summarize very quickly. Why you still want to take the risk by going for this kind of AI tools? I'm not against AI. I'm just conservative when it comes to AI for academia usage. Because academia, PhD and masters requires the height of your intelligence. And if that also you make it artificial, what is the outcome? Okay. So that is the first problem. Next, the biggest problem is most of it won't be able to download or check out papers from Web of Science database. Okay. This is Web of Science database. Already 2 classes I showed you already how to use Web of Science database. Okay. Now, most of the AI software doesn't have access to Web of Science journals, which is a very, very big risk. Okay, next thing. This is a real story from a student in the UK. Okay. Okay lah, this one blah, blah, blah. I don't read all this. I just show you actual example. Okay. That student is the first one that gave me the awareness that ChatGPT cannot be used anymore. Okay. Turn it in, already got AI. You see AI here? Turn it in, already got AI since April 2023. Every university already used already. And from my purview of discussing with all the graduate schools, not most, all. I spoke to all the graduate schools in Malaysia. All of them are still following the standard. This is the normal turn it in lah. Okay, 3%. This one there. 3% here is the normal worldwide web turn it in. Okay, that means they show you whether you copy from anyone on the internet or not, whether other theses, other papers, and so on. And then they have a separate category now called AI, which they also want you to go below 20%. Okay. Now, if you use, okay, I use ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT to generate this whole introduction. Okay, first issue, turn it in for GPT Direct. Turn it in shows 100% for sure. Okay, you cannot escape this. They will say you can use this tool, that tool, this tool, that tool. Do you want to reverse all your writing by using some unknown tools and destroy your whole proposal thesis? Think about it. Okay, you're in the most advanced level of your academia. Okay, that is the first question. Second, can I use Quillbot or not? That also I experimented for the benefit of everyone. So the same content, I run through Quillbot 3 times. First time, from 100, I got 94. So I took the 94% one content, I run again. Next round, I get 89%. So I thought, okay lah, I wasn't bothered about the context. I know context is changing already, but I wasn't bothered. I just want to show whether it can reduce or not. So 89%. So after 89%, I run one more round. I thought we'll go to 85 or 80%. It came back to 92%. It came back to 92%. Okay. So I've explained that on my TikTok video also. So if you haven't watched it, go and watch it. I've already shown the real life example. Not just merely saying, it is one of the most highly viewed videos in my TikTok. Here, ChatGPT versus Turn It In. I think I've already put everything under this playlist. ChatGPT, Quillbot, AI apps. So got 5 videos I did. Can you trust ChatGPT content? AI paraphrases ChatGPT. ChatGPT for thesis journal assignment. Free literature review tool. AI. Proofreading, paraphrasing with ChatGPT. Okay. Yes, Fidos, I understand. I totally understand. Okay, but what I'm telling is, don't use AI and then make that as a reason to prolong your semesters. Okay, prolong your semesters. Zamzarina. Okay, I'll answer you that also. Okay, first everything settled. We are clear. Quillbot also cannot escape. No escape path when you get 100% content. Okay. Second issue. Can I, Zamzarina's question is very good. Can I use information from ChatGPT for my research or not? Like, research assistant lah. Okay. So many YouTube videos said you can. Journal writing, thesis writing, this assistant all can. Then I start reading. I came out, this is my own investigations lah. Okay. Totally wrong reference provided. When you search the paper, the title in Google Scholar, it doesn't show any paper. Okay. So same, many people comments like this. Okay. I also, to check whether it's true or not, I also did my own experiment. So I go back here again. Okay. All right. So let me just forward quickly and show you. Okay. So can you use, this is the topic lah. Can you use ChatGPT as a research assistant to answer Zamza? Okay. So from here, I say write an introduction for my PhD thesis on the topic English as a second language in Malaysia and its impact on Bahasa Melayu with all the sources. That is a very good prompt lah. I wrote the prompt. So the will give you all the references. So I wrote lah. So I wrote that. You can see here with all the sources. Then the will give me all the information. Again, and then you can see I'll zoom in now. So the will give me the source. You see, the will give me the writing source, a history of English language education in Malaysia by X Zaidan, and the will give me the second source also. So okay lah. So for me to check whether the source is legit or not, I search in Google Scholar. Cannot find. Okay, cannot find. So I thought, okay lah, maybe Google will have lah. Google Scholar don't have. Go to Google, find it, also don't have. Search, don't have. Then I say, okay lah, I use second reference lah. Okay, they got another one, right? So I use that. So I search the second one. Impact of British colonialism. So I go search in Google Scholar again, also don't have. Cannot find. And this is not just me showing. In these 2 weeks itself, or 3 weeks, I have UITM Kedah was 3 or 4 weeks ago. Then I did UPM 2 cases. Then UTM, I think 3 cases. All of them, the students, this all came from supervisor. Students chat GPT. Then when the supervisor is reading, supervisors are my friend lah. When they're reading through, they cannot find the content. So they ask us to coach again, consult, rewrite the whole paper again. Okay. So with all that awareness, I'm sharing now with you directly. The decision is yours. I cannot stop you from using, but take note lah. Okay, you cannot find the references. Now, next question I normally get is, can I use ChatGPT at least for proofreading or paraphrasing or not? This is a case that happened 1.5 months ago from UTM, senior, like associate professor, okay, from education faculty. Okay, can I use proofreading for that or not? Okay, because you have to understand now, Turnitin has direct bypass connection to, it's stated in Turnitin website. You guys can go and read it. It has direct connection to ChatGPT, Google Bard, and so on. So most of the AI. And most of the AI, Site AI lah, Elicit lah, Connected Papers lah, whatever tools that are writing for you, they all use GPT-4 framework. Okay, that means the framework, they use the same only to create the information. So that means whatever information they create, Turnitin will be able to trace. That's why Quillbot also cannot be in Turnitin AI now, because they all use the same framework from OpenAI. GPT-4, they call it GPT-4, GPT-3, and so on. Okay? So, ChatGPT, we upload. I take a fresh paper, Turnitin, a paper that one of my clients wrote very long ago. So this paper already published. So I go upload and turn it in. And you can see 29% turn it in. And the AI is, this is World Wide Web. World Wide Web, 29%. AI, 0%. To prove to you, it's human written. Okay, now I go to ChatGPT. I ask the flow to proofread. Okay, the flow proofread for me. Okay. Proofread already. So I take the whole introduction given by the Fleur, and then I scan in Turnitin again. Now after proofreading by ChatGPT, now you see 29% just now already went up. Can you not annotate, please? Sorry. Let me just clear that. Okay, thank you. Okay. So World Wide Web, 31%, 29 went to 31. But the worst thing is AI became 71%. From zero, from zero. Just proofreading, paraphrasing. This happened to few of them. The most prominent one was the associate professor from UTM. She wrote her own paper, unfortunately. Now, I think last week we finished the paraphrasing for that job. She uploaded to proofread. She didn't know. Even lecturers don't know. Once she submitted to the journal, they rejected back again. The journal also using 2018, different form of 2018. 2018 AI, 88%, I think. So we have to paraphrase everything manually. Okay. So be careful and figure out what you want to do. Okay. Before you make any decision. So I've already summarized all the videos on TikTok. You can check it out if you want to. All right. So we all love AI. I also love AI. I'm as lazy as anyone. Okay. I'm not telling you guys are lazy, but I am lazy. Definitely 100%. Okay. But academic research is not Wikipedia writing. Like I say, if you're in bachelor degree, diploma, okay. But now you're in the most highest level of academia where it requires a lot of intelligence from yourself. So think very carefully. We are bound by facts, precise information. If you want to follow ethics, then you follow problem solving, improving the world based on facts and actual research gap. Okay. So this is another issue with Quillbot. Okay, but I think most of you might be aware or already found a way around. But this is a recent case where student failed a PhD. Not so recent but recent also for me Failed her PhD. She used 100%, but she never used AI. She copied from various sources, and she used 100% Quillbot. I think level 2 or level 3 Quillbot to paraphrase everything. Let me read you. She failed her PhD. And she has to redo everything now, has to rewrite the whole thesis back. So let me read for you what Quillbot had done. In the last decade, globalization has grown strongly, describe the role of finance and trade. In the most area-seeking FDI, this is a finance thesis. So foreign direct investment, we hear that all the time nowadays, okay? In the most area-seeking FDI to create a new living space. Suddenly talk about finance, the most area-seeking FDI, and then suddenly talk about IKEA to create a new living space. This is what Quillbot does. Changes context entirely. Some of us might not even realize. Okay, as a source of economic performance to bright global future. Therefore, investment in technological advances has a disequalizing impact. I have no idea what is this phrase. I have never seen a word disequalizing in my entire life. 10 years I'm running my consultancy. This is the first time I've seen this equalizing word. Okay. Impact is consistent with the view that new technology in both advanced and developing economies increases the premium on skills and automates relatively low skill inputs. If some of you might feel that this is still within context, that shows that your understanding, and that shows that please don't use any paraphrasing tool. If you can see the obvious change of context, complete utter crap of writing, then you know what is going on. Okay, as simple as that. So be careful of any AI tools that you're using. All right, that is what I wanted to share with you today. Okay, so now going to the final segment of the class today. Papers to write during PhD. How many kind of papers you can write if you are the type that you want to write a lot of papers. Okay, from proposal chapter 1 to 3. Concept paper, you can write from chapters 1 to 3. Scoping review, you can write from your 10 pages proposal itself. This is right after we coach this, some supervisors, right after we coach students after 10 pages proposal, normally students will say, supervisor ask me to write paper. They want me to write early paper. So we write scoping review paper here. We teach the student how to coach, how to write the scoping review paper from the 10 pages proposal itself. Okay, or we write SLR paper from chapter 2 itself. But actually, if you're really Rajin, if you're really hardworking, you can write 3 papers from a proposal itself. Okay, then chapters 4 and 5, once you already have your data and so on, you can write empirical paper. We all know this. You can write SLR with meta-analysis. Okay, meta-analysis is a bit more complex. Then you can write scoping review paper from your future work. Okay, future work. How important is proofreading? Just now we had a question. Student asking, do I need to spend money and send out externally? If you can do it on your own, please do it. If you need to send, you send it. It's totally your choice. Okay. But The importance is, can you do this or not? That's what. This is Dr. Harold from your own UPM systematic review superstar. Okay, if you know him, that's good for you. Okay. Probably in the next class, Firdaus. Probably in the next class, not today. Won't have enough time. Okay. So this is one of the paper that Dr. Harold published. Okay. I think we are at Dr. Harold's 16th or 17th paper now. Okay. Since 2019. All is systematic review lah. So this paper is focusing on guidelines for developing systematic review for studies related to climate change adaptation. When he sends a paper to us in his original writing form, language form, this is the transformation we do to the paper. This is just half a page that we are showing. This is what we call as paraphrasing, proofreading, editing, and structuring. This is where Grammarly is limited. Grammarly cannot do that. It cannot fully transform a paper. Okay? So true transformation requires good content, and if you have bad language, no one can understand or appreciate your writing. Simple. Only you can understand. And at the same time, you have bad content and you think just by proofreading and get good papers. No, you cannot. You need to have both good content and good language so that readers will appreciate the value and love to read. Okay? Oh, and then for all the students out there, when we work with graduate school, usually we'll provide ultimate thesis package up to 30% off, which includes proofreading, translation, and formatting services. Okay? These are only 3, not coaching. And that comes with lifetime language warranty. Okay, that means you finish your journal, finish your thesis, finish your proposal, whatever, you submit, reviewer say English not good, examiner say English needs improvement, you can come back. We'll recheck for free. No need to worry. Okay, provided you don't make any changes on your own. Okay, and this is very important document, proofreading certificate for you to submit along with your document. And today you're going to get free notes. Okay, before that, let me look at the question. Firdaus, can you throw more light on scoping review? Okay, Firdaus, I forgot to also tell you. There are also classes on scoping review. You can go and watch here. Okay. Next class, kalau I sempat, if I can include, I will include. Or you can go and watch this. I would suggest you to do that lah. Systematic versus scoping review. Okay, you can go and watch this. And you can also watch this. Scoping review journal part 1. Okay. Scoping review journal part 1. You can go watch this. Okay, then Edilio, do we have any class-related meta-analysis I haven't done so far because the demand is very little. It is so complex that many don't want to do it. Okay. May I ask if we are publishing our literature review in chapter 2, even if rephrase, will it get very high similarity to it? In UPM, as far as I understood from the past, if you publish paper from your thesis or proposal, when you submit to proposal defense or viva, when they scan turn it in, they will exclude the publication. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, probably I'm wrong, but that's what I heard. Okay. Then may I explain already? Do you have your own? Yeah, we have YouTube, but not all the classes you can find on YouTube. Okay. Akila Jaffa. No, we don't have. I have workshops on Q1 publishing. I think the graduate, postgraduate students are trying to organize one class. I don't know what happened to that. But I'll be organizing soon Q1 journal workshop, not only for Emerald, for any kind of journals. Okay. Facebook page link. All of you can use this link. This link will take you everywhere. Roses, I think don't have. I believe don't have roses. I cannot remember. Probably I'll do it. Later you guys can request. Whatever classes you want, you can request. I'll give you a link to request. So stay tuned. Stay first. May. Doctor, if it is exclude from publication, similarity will not be counted. Exclude from publication. If your graduate school, when they scan turn it in, if they exclude the publication, then it won't be counted. So it is up to them. I think this you better discuss with your graduate school because I don't want to give you wrong information. But students that we coach in the past, students we coach in the past, they say UPM will exclude, but probably I'm wrong. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys 3 important notes today. Make sure you register yourself, so I can email to you guys. Developing and applying a protocol of systematic review in social sciences. Rose's reporting standard systematic evidence synthesis. This is for chapter 2. You can see and see how they've done it. Okay. Soft and hard QKM practices, a sample SLR paper. I'll email to all of you. Okay, before we get to this, for those who haven't joined WhatsApp group yet, one moment. For those who haven't joined WhatsApp group yet, this is the link for WhatsApp group. Please join. Okay. For those who are fundamentally stuck with their proposal chapter 1 to 3, with their thesis, with their publication, systematic review, conceptual review, Q1 journal, proposal defense, Viva, whichever. As what I've told you, we cover 12 different steps. These are the things we do for all the 12 steps. Okay. We coach students one-to-one. For China students, sometimes, For China students, sometimes we use translators, systematic review coaching, group coaching, sometimes workshop together with profs. These are all profs. What do? We work on publication content editing, Scopus and Web of Science. For those who go through proposal defense, they get comments, okay, Viva comments. We will teach them how to address all the comments. From beginning of PhD proposal to defense consultancy, all the steps we will coach them. For those who are preparing proposal defense and Viva, we will also coach them how to prepare, teach them how to do slides and so on. One of our best services always, this is the journal conversion. Encourage a lot to publish. And then data analysis and interpretation for chapter 4 and 5. Stata, SPSS, Smart PLS, Amos, what else? Amos, NVivo, Atlas TI, and so on and so forth. Okay. So that is what we normally do. For those who missed out the previous classes, you can watch all my recordings. It's given the link. Okay. And you guys can also register for the upcoming classes. Class 30th August. I might change the date because I might be going on that date, but you guys will be notified. So if you want to join the class, you can register here. One moment. Let me give you the link. Here. 30th August class. If you want to register, you can register yourself. Okay. Now, excuse me. Many have a lot of questions you wanted to ask. Okay, scoping review, journal, Emerald, all these things. This is your opportunity to ask. Okay. This is where we are located in Cyberjaya. If you want to meet me, please have an appointment. I'm normally not in the office, or I'm normally having classes with some universities. Okay, somewhere. Okay. So in case if you want to find out what we do and so on, and you want not what we do, we want to find out what other things you want to learn. You want me to teach you classes on Facebook Live and so on. This is the time for you to request. Okay, you can request simply by doing this. Go to this link, click this link, take 2 minutes, click this link, hit 5-star for the class today. Okay, make sure you remember, hit 5-star for the class today, and in the comment write down what you want to learn. Okay, what you want to learn in the next coming Facebook Live class. Not UPM. UPM already fixed already. But in the next Facebook Live class, sorry, my throat very bad today. I will arrange class for September, October onwards to teach that particular topics that you guys want to learn. But if you're going to give me less than 5-star, you can just request in the WhatsApp group. You can just WhatsApp me directly also. Okay, you may have my number there. But make sure you hit 5-star for this link. Don't forget. Okay, so Firdaus online discussion surely can. Okay, we can set appointment. Excuse me. So with that, today's class is done. I'm very sorry for my voice and my cough. Consistently coughing. Sorry if I irritated you guys. Thank you very much for your time today. And sorry for postponing yesterday's class. I have no choice. I was in very bad situation. I hope you guys learned something new today. Something that will be very helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And Pavi, thank you very much.
Okay. Are you waiting for some Q&A session or something?
No, I'm okay. If they don't have questions, then we can end the session already.
Oh, okay. All right. Since it's already 12:08, it's nice, like 2 hours. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. I hope everyone has already filled up or submitted your attendance through the Google Form link that we've shared earlier. Because from there only we can extract your email addresses and Dr. Tava can share with you the slides. Okay, so Dr. Tava has given you a lot of platforms where he have actually uploaded all the videos, all the session, all the classes for the previous classes and everything. So we really hope that you guys can check all those videos out. They might be very helpful throughout your master's or PhD journey in UPM. Okay, So with that, I think that's all about it. Thank you very much, Dr. Tawa, once again. I think you can go ahead and have your early brunch. And yeah,
Yeah.
thank you very much, everyone, as well, for attending. We will see you in the next session. Just stay tuned and just get yourself updated through our Telegram and Instagrams as well. Okay? So
Okay. Thank you,
everyone.
Pavi. Thank you, and Pavi's team as well. And thank you, everyone. See you
Oh, okay.
all.
Sorry, before that,
Yeah.
can we take like an on-screen kind of a picture so that, we can.
Yeah. Always ready.
Okay, guys, for those who can actually switch on your cameras, it would be really grateful if you can switch on your cameras. And I would have Miss Tuaiba. Oh, yes, and for your information, we do not provide e-certificate for these seminars because this is like a totally 100% sharing information, knowledge transfer kind of thing from Dr. Tawa. So we do not have like a professional e-certificate provided from UPM. Okay? All right, Miss Iba, can I ask your assistance with the picture?
Okay, ready. 1, 2, 3. Okay, page 2. 1, 2, 3. The next. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, everyone. See you in the next class.
Thank you. Bye-bye.